Hello and welcome to AWS Certified Solution Architect course. In this video, we'll discuss about placement groups. Placement groups are very critical if we talk about AWS Certified Solution Architect exam because there will be one or two questions related to placement group. So I would like to discuss it in brief before ending the EC2. So placement group is a logical grouping of instances within a single availability zone. That means the placement group will not span into multiple zones, and the reason for creating placement groups are to reduce latency between EC2 instances. So suppose you have some highly critical applications running on few of the instances and you don't want any latency between the data transfer between those instances. So what you can do is you can create a placement group and place those instances within that placement group. So within a single availability zone in a placement group, the data transfer rate will be around 10 Gbps. So that's a quite handsome amount of speed given by placement groups, and in return it will give a very low latency in the data transfer between instances. So placement groups are recommended for applications that benefit from low network latency and high network throughput, or both. As we discussed earlier, placement group cannot span multiple availability zones, and the name you specify for a placement group should be unique within your AWS account. Also, there are some limitations on the type of instances that we are going to launch in placement group. So AWS has provided some list of instances that only we can launch in placement groups. So these are the instance types which we can launch in placement groups. And one more thing here is Amazon recommends using the same instance type for all the instances in a placement group, and so you cannot use different type of instances in a placement group. That will affect the performance. And another thing is you can't merge placement group, and you can't move even an existing placement group to some other availability zone. That are some of the limitations. So you have to just remember that placement groups are meant for reducing latency between EC2 instances, and they are used for high performing application servers. That is the use cases of placement groups. If you want to delete a placement group, you have to first terminate all the instances within that placement group, and then only you will be able to delete a placement group. So let's move on to the AWS console and see where this placement group is available. So as you can see, we have this placement group in network and security. I have created one placement group. Even you can create that. It's very simple. You just need to type this name and it will create the placement group for you. It will be available right away. And as you see, this strategy is mentioned at cluster. So it will be a cluster of servers, high performing servers, and the data transfer between the servers is very high, around 10 Gbps, since all the servers will be in single availability zones. And when you launch an instance and you launch the recommended instances, let's see what are the recommended instances. M4 large. So we will just search for M4 large and try to launch and see whether we are getting that option to add into the placement group or not. So I'll just select where is that M4 large? Let's find that. M4 large, general purpose. Yes, so as recommended by AWS, when we use certain type of instances, we'll get the placement group. We have created two placement groups, so both are showing here. So we can just select that placement group and launch our instances into that particular placement group. So thank you for listening. Have a great day.